Hello and welcome to step number 3 of transform your offline service to online. This is now actually the implementation of the Built to Last service system. That's what I've called it, because basically this is going to be the nuts and bolts, the mechanics of what we're actually going to do when transforming that offline business that you have onto online. So step number 1 was all about just working out really if this is where you are in your working life right now, if you do have the time and the energy to actually implement this, because it might even take you up to a year to find the time to actually do this, depending on how you actually want to allocate time towards this project. And also step number 2 is all about really working out if there was a space, a definite prominent place for your offline service to go online. So it's all about the extensive research. So we want to make sure obviously there is a demand for your offline business to actually move online, making sure that you do feel comfortable and confident that there is room for you to be out there and that you can actually make money from. And if you're still unsure and you've been through the research process already in the last video, then please do let me know. But there were so many, I believe, valuable nuggets for you to really understand and get your head around when it comes to realising and identifying if you actually have the space in your market to actually offer to your clients this online business service. So step number 3, there's going to be actually quite a few moving parts, and usually the traditional offline business owner, I've been there before as you know, we're so used to doing things in traditional ways. So we love doing word of mouth type marketing. We love turning up to events and pitching our awesome business. We like to flyer. We also like to send the odd newsletter here and there. And I'm not saying these strategies don't work, because they have done to a certain point, but we're in 2020, the digital age is definitely upon us, and if you can't beat them, join them, and it's all about going online. So there's going to be quite a lot of technical terms in the following training, and if I lose you at any point, that isn't actually my intention, but it did take me quite a while to get my head around coming from the whole offline business to the online space. But I'm here to help you, and I'm here to really guide you through it. So grab a pen, piece of paper, also put the kettle on, grab that cup of tea, and I'll be walking you through that system. I do call it the freedom system if you actually wanted to build an online coaching business, but this is actually in this course the Built to Last service system, and we're going to be talking about 3 phases. So I will see you in the following training. Hello and welcome to the Built to Last service system. Now in this training I want to be as clear as possible, just to make it as easy for you to understand, because when I first started out it did take me a rather long time to get my head around things, just because I think when I first started my online journey there wasn't too much of this around, and I had to really learn the hard way. And I've basically made this course with me in mind, as a younger version of myself, because if I found a course like this back in my early days, I would have been forever grateful. So I've actually tried to nail it down for you in this training on this board. So I recommend you go grab a pen and make some notes. But basically you can actually take all this information and go off and actually transform your offline service, your online, as an online service. This is obviously what I help my clients with, and there are just 3 main steps to generating leads into your business, to then capturing them into a sales process, and then onward into the service delivery, the program delivery, whatever it is that you want to offer online. So if you can actually read this board, and there's a little bit of a glare coming through today with the sun being out. However, number 1 is the lead generation. So that's part 1 of the 3-part process. And T here means traffic. Now there can be a combination here of either organic or paid efforts. So organic, you can imagine that's going to be a slow way of generating leads into your business. Usually it's free, so it could be in the form of blogs, emails, videos online, posting on social media, also creating videos for YouTube, that sort of thing. Very, very strong, very, very good. However, that's going to be over time to really see the massive effects of that as a strategy. Obviously paid, you can imagine that would be paid Facebook advertisements, it could be LinkedIn, it could also be YouTube. I'd always recommend that you start with the place where your clients mainly hang out online, but I would never actually introduce the idea of doing paid advertising first, not until you've actually proved that your sort of part 2 and part 3 that I'll go through is working, that you've tweaked it, that you've tested it, that you know actually is something you can make money from. And the analogy I like to use is you wouldn't actually put a turbo on a car without testing the brakes, and this as a concept is pretty much the same thing. So the combination though overall of paid and organic marketing strategies is definitely what I suggest to my clients. I suggest that's what you would do too. However, there's a process to go through first. So T means traffic, so whether that's paid or organic, and then they go onwards to a landing page. Let's just draw a little arrow here. So a landing page, if you're not too sure what that is, you might have been on one before. It's like an opt-in page, and basically it's a way of capturing leads online. So someone's actually landed on a offer, if for example it's like a free week at a gym, and they've punched in their name and email address, and that's the company's way of grabbing a lead online with an enticing offer. So they've positioned an offer to a particular market, a particular niche. And we're looking here, because it's always good to measure our success and have those conversion rates. It's good to aim for a 50% conversion when it comes to traffic going onto your opt-in stroke landing page. 50% is very conservative. I know that we can actually use other ways as well, like messenger bots. I know that my clients are having success with them right now, a very high open rate. A conversion rate on them, but again, just for the ease of this example, we'll just use a conversion rate of 50%. So that's our first measurable target there. And then the second part of the Built to Last service system, they go into a sales process. Now, again, if you're online, especially on Facebook, an obvious sales process would be a challenge. And I would recommend anywhere between 1 and 14 days as a sales process. Just because if you right now have a business in Sheffield, let's say, everyone in Sheffield would know about you, which is awesome. However, if you're going online, no one is going to know you, especially if they don't know you in Sheffield. But that is the beauty of going online, because you can actually put a load of power into your online efforts and actually market to a whole range of people in London, in Leeds, and elsewhere across waters around the globe. So yes, a sales process, and the longer it is better for you, because you're taking a journey, a potential prospect along a journey. So they're going from cold, i.e. they're not knowing who you are, to warm, they get to know you, get to like you, and they get to trust you, for them to be hot, and they end up buying from you. So this is essentially the customer journey they go through online. Now, if you were to do a 14-day challenge, that is quite heavy going, and it is a skill to actually master a process like that. However, very doable, very manageable. You can imagine a few people do drop off by the end of the 14 days, but that's why I always suggest is actually offer in your offer a perceived result, something that's measurable, something that's tangible. So if we bring in the weight loss example, let's say you are offering the challenge of losing 4 pounds in 2 weeks. If someone wants to lose that sort of weight, it's a small win for them. It's great for you because you can actually help them do that. It's quite easily manageable online to do with online coaching. That is an example of a sales process. There are other ways, obviously, not just challenges. You can also do things like webinars and online trainings or online workshops. Q&As, lives online. So there are loads of ways, and again, this is quite a large chunk of what we can do, but definitely doable. And we're looking here at a conversion rate of 3 to 5%. If you can convert 3 to 5%, stage 2 of the sales process, you're doing very well. If you're not converting at all, obviously you know what to work on. If you know that you're getting 50% at least on your landing stroke opt-in page. And then the clients would move into the third stage. Should they really be happy with the result that you've got them in the sales process, you can then offer an onward service. So this is your service stroke program delivery. And I always suggest to my clients is to offer 3 price points when it comes to your service online: a DIY, a DWY and a DFY. So DIY, do it yourself. So this could be in the form of an online course that people can maybe just buy into for like a small nominal fee of like $197. Which is very, very acceptable. People could, quite easily find that sort of money, the general public. And more about this in a second, your long-term value, your LTV. But another way of doing things is a done with you service. So maybe you can break down your service and actually offering like a 12-week coaching one-on-one program where you can actually coach people online via Skype or Zoom. This is very common in the weight loss space. So you can actually offer a 12-week program where someone might want to lose between sort of 14 and 20 pounds in the 12 weeks. Again, people would pay a lot more money and they obviously need more of your time. You need to be committed to that service even more so. So your price point here could be something around £2,000, let's say. And a done for you, if we go to the weight loss example, we can't obviously lose weight for someone, but again, it depends on your service. But if you were to transfer it into my industry, I can actually help people build their online coaching business for up to £10,000. So again, that's a done for you where I do everything for my clients. So it's just examples like that. How can you actually break off your online service into a DIY, a done with you or a done for you service? Now, there is obviously a thing in the online space, like you should only really do high ticket to make money, and that's great, but I do believe you can make a lot of money doing the low end stuff, because the trick is to know your LTV, so your long-term value of your clients. So let's say you offer a DIY version of your course at $197, and then you were to also offer an additional subscription where you offer like maybe group mentoring or coaching or training by way of a Facebook closed group, and you know that people would actually stay with you for at least 6 months, paying £47 per month. That's when this gets really exciting, because you're not paying or charging high prices and you're making money off the back end. So essentially this is the break-even back end model that I'm explaining. And when you know these sort of numbers, because here we're working on a conversion rate of 75%, because they're very hot at this point, most people would actually say, yeah, okay, I'll stay with you and pay a monthly fee towards your online business, because they know you, they like you, they trust you, they love you, because you're getting the results throughout the way, throughout their journey. When you know this sort of information off the back end, this is when you can start really putting paid marketing efforts in the front end and actually put money into your paid traffic strategies, and then it just feeds. This ends up being a cycle. And when you get this working correctly and well and working all in harmony, that's when things get exciting. This is where the freedom is. This is where the money's at. And if you were to successfully launch one service, one funnel, there's absolutely nothing stopping you for then multiplying the amount of services that you have online. And that is how you make money online through your online service that you've transformed from offline. Now, there's a lot of information in this training, and I hope I haven't blown your mind. You might have found it quite easy to understand. I hope I've explained it well, but for me, it took me quite a while, and to actually gain the skills and the knowledge about each moving part within this 3-part process it was certainly challenging, but it's all good when you actually understand. So if you've got any questions, then please let me know. Catch me in the Facebook group, and I will see you in the next video.